And they're calling the intermission over as we get ready for Hardrock MMA to continue. Chris Kimmon in the cage. They're announcing the Your Fight 2 for $30 special. Your Fight with a lot of local fighters t-shirts. Be sure to check them out. Don't forget to check out hardrockmma.com.
Are you ready? Great haircut. Love it. All right. The next fight is in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 201 pounds. Representing Team Zombie from Frankfort, Kentucky, Theo Campbell.
So we have Theo Campbell in the red corner representing Team Zombie, weighing in at 201. Both of these fighters are 3 and 4. Theo Campbell is 38, and all his wins come by TKO. He's on a 2-fight win streak, so looking to keep that win streak alive. Very excited. Sponsored by Your Fight. Looks like he's coming out with Chris Griffin of Griffin Submission Academy. Chris Griffin, a longtime pro in the area. Chris Griffin, a black belt under Carlson Gracie Jr. Also a professional mixed martial artist in Kentucky, based out of Louisville, Kentucky. So Theo Campbell should be the hometown guy tonight. Whitt will be next in the blue corner. Adam, when you're fighting and you're coming out in front of a crowd like this, how important is it to have the crowd support?
Oh, it's a big help, you know. I haven't really fought anywhere I've been booed, but I have fought in my hometown though, where as soon as I walk out, the place just erupts, and that definitely just helps you get like jacked and excited. You're like, oh, here we go.
I can say to the contrary. I have actually fought where it was crickets when you walk out. I fought,
chirp, chirp,
I know, nationally, Colorado. I was brought out to fight the hometown girl, and very awkward, the silence when you walk out, but no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. We wait on Whitt to walk on out to the blue corner. 3 and 4 from Vicious and Delicious. Oh, it doesn't look like there's a donut shop connected.
No? Not what I had pictured in my head.
Not at all. Not for a 205 fight.
It must have stopped during camp.
There you go. Discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline is key as a fighter. It looks like Theo Campbell may have a bit of a size advantage in this fight. Theo Campbell in the red corner in the black and white shorts. We have Whitt in the blue corner in the printed white shorts. It looks like he has stars and blood. Maybe it's a omen for what's to come.
All right, Theo Campbell and Lewis, hard hit.
And the cage door shuts and it's locked. The pressure just went up. Theo Campbell runs to the center of the cage. Hands up. Whitt.
Nice jab.
Throws a kick.
Warm it up. Bring a bomb, bring a bomb. Bring a bomb. Jab it in, jab it in. Jab it in.
Looks like he's trying to grab for his neck and keep him going to the ground as Theo Campbell. Looks like his head's caught. Think he'll get it from here, Adam?
Yeah, what Theo Campbell needs to do is tuck his chin, use his left hand to pull down on that wrist, and try to get his chin down to defend that choke.
He is in Whitt's half guard. How tight do you think that he can get the choke from there with him pressed up against the cage where he's not able to make space and really?
It would be very hard from here where he's pushed up against the cage and he's in half guard, especially he's not able to extend like he needs to, and it'd be hard for him to turn that corner.
At this point, do you think he lets go and tries to work for a better position or continues to hold a knee?
I would let go and try to work for a better position. Right now, especially if he's squeezing, well, he just got the full guard. All he needs to do now is turn that corner. Oh, and he's out.
He is. He's got his arm. Maybe he'll look to roll. Look like he's trying to spin for an arm bar. Whitt on the bottom, holding Theo Campbell in his guard. Still trying to move his hips out. but it looks like Theo Campbell's putting the pressure down and coming with some punches.
Ryder, punches, yeah.
Theo Campbell gets mount position, looking to tee off.
Set up and hit. Set up and
Now we
hit.
see Lewis Whitt making a mistake here, sticking his arms up in the air at him.
Out of there.
What danger is he in to defend in this way?
Well, obviously, when he's throwing his hands up in there, he's not protecting his face very well. And so his face is very open to some ground and pound shots. But also, he's leaving his arms up in danger of arm bars. If Theo Campbell were to just spin and attack, isolate an arm and spin, he'd very well have an arm bar there.
If you are Lewis Whitt, what do you do from here? Wall walk to try to spin or use another defense?
First thing I need to do is I need to get my elbows in nice and tight to protect. He's starting to see Theo starting to isolate an arm right now. So he needs to get his elbows in nice and tight, work to bridge the shrimp, to escape out the bottom, or try to bridge and roll. He's just not in a good position. This isn't a good position he wants to sit in. The damage ain't in the judge's eyes.
It looks like he's trying to dig his toes into the cage to possibly wall walk. With his feet facing the inside of the cage, I think I would try something else. If you're Theo Campbell, go for a submission or keep ground and pound until you get the win.
Well, the ground and pound seems to be working right now. The only risk about if he went for an arm bar was if he was able to get out, then he may lose that mounted position.
It looks like Lewis Whitt holding on tight to the arms of Theo Campbell. They have 10 seconds before this round ends. It looks like Theo Campbell is going to get round one. I don't think he's going to be able to. No, it's. Oh, okay. I didn't think he was going to be able to get it stopped before the round ended. We're going to go see round two for Lewis Whitt versus Theo Campbell.
Yeah.
If you're a judge in this fight, who do you give it to?
I have the first round of Theo Campbell, just for getting the takedown and then passing and establishing a lot of ground and pound and good positioning.
When you're out there for the takedown, how important is the takedown in mixed martial arts?
Takedown is very important. It can judge, especially if you want the fight to go to the ground, it can. You'll make it go to the ground. That's why it's very important to have a good takedown defense. And plus, it looks really good to the judges. Usually, if the fight is close and someone lands a takedown, then they'll usually seal the round for them.
Fight dominance. We're live here at Hardrock MMA, but I believe you're going to be getting this on download. Hardrock MMA. Right now we have Theo Campbell versus Lewis Whitt, fight number 5 at the Expo Center in Louisville, Kentucky. Where we're watching Hardrock MMA, Theo Campbell versus Lewis Whitt. First fight of the night to go into round 2. All the other fights ending in round 1 with rear naked chokes or TKOs. Seconds out, and we get ready for round 2. Think they'll touch gloves this round?
I think they will. They just motioned to.
They did, didn't they? We'll see if Theo Campbell can keep up his momentum. Touch gloves. Theo Campbell looking to get center control, and Lewis Whitt coming out with that kick again.
Watch your head when you go for the takedown.
If you know that Theo Campbell wants to get it to the ground, do you think it's the best idea to try to clinch right away?
No, definitely. I try to keep my space, try to keep my distance. Especially like you said, if he wants to go to the ground, then I want to keep that distance. I don't want him to get close to where he can start to grab for my legs and clinch with me.
It looks like Lewis Whitt has the underhook, but was unable to maintain that control and went with the momentum down to the ground. We hear Theo Campbell's corners calling for knee on belly. He's in side control right now with some ground and pound. Looks like he's going to stop the fight. Lewis Whitt not defending himself very well. If you're the referee right now, how much longer do you think he takes some damage?
Not much longer. He's doing a good job of defending himself right now. But if he wasn't doing that a second ago, then I usually would have stopped that.
Absolutely. You know, this is an amateur bout. These guys aren't getting paid for this. They're doing it for the love of the sport because they enjoy it. We still hear Theo Campbell's corners calling for him to go knee on belly to maintain control. Theo Campbell doing a very good job in working from side control. Looks like he's trying to get the mount, but is having a difficult time that close to the cage.
Yeah, it looks like he's stuck in Lewis Whitt's half guard. Lewis Whitt taking some punches from the bottom. If
you're Louis Whitt, what do you need to do to get out of here from if you have half guard?
He needs to get his double underhooks, try to keep him from punching me in the face, and I need to turn and get on my side. I definitely don't want to lay flat on my back.
It looks like Theo Campbell is looking for an Americana. Trying to crank, but he gets reversed.
It's rolled up.
He still has a hold of that arm. Do you think he should let it go?
Yes, I would definitely let it go at this point, especially now that I'm full mounted.
And now Theo Campbell has been reversed. Louis Whitt on top, working his ground and pound, trying to get a rear naked choke. He works his hooks in. I can't tell if it's underneath the chin, but he is still working some ground and pound.
Bad position for Theo Campbell. He needs to start tripoding up, trying to get those legs cleared and improve his position.
Release the hooks that Louis Whitt has. And Louis Whitt jumps off and decides to work body ground and pound. It looks as though both these guys are kind of getting tired. Louis Whitt coming with a little more energy. Has head and arm in the front headlock position.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left as the corners for Theo Campbell are asking him to stand up. And this will go to round 3. If you're a judge, would that sway you to give round 2 to Louis Whitt?
It's very close. Theo Campbell almost finished the fight, though, so we'd have to look at how the judges look on that.
I think it would be very hard. There's 3 minutes in a round. If the first half one person is dominant and the second half the other person is dominant and gets a great reversal, how do you judge that? I think I would give it to. I think I had this round going to Louis Whitt, though.
I would too, especially when you think about the judges. The last thing they see, or that they probably remember, was Louis Whitt having the mount and having his back with the hooks in.
Mm-hmm. So Bluegrass MMA giving this round 1-1. We're going to go to round 3. A nice bruise on the back of Louis Whitt from the cage as he was bulldozed into the cage on those takedowns, leaving some nice marking there. 1-1 on our scorecards, but you don't know what the judges have decided. We'll have one more round to see who comes out with the victory. It seems as though Theo Campbell's gotten a little tired as the rounds have kind of went on. Louis Whitt may be gaining some momentum. How important is it for conditioning to be able to go all 3 of these rounds? Oh,
it's very important because, you can do really well the first round and then, do okay the second round. But if you're tired in the third and your opponent is fresh, they can come in, they can take advantage of that and finish the fight.
Absolutely. They agree to touch gloves again. We have Theo Campbell in the red corner in the black and white shorts. We have Louis Whitt in the blue corner in the white shorts with Sinister, I think, wrote on them in black and red. Both guys looking a little tired from the fight, but doing a very good job to maintain their composure. Maybe we'll see the kick. There it is, coming from Louis Whitt. If you fought 2 rounds with Louis Whitt, you're kind of expecting that kick. Maybe set something up from it if you're standing out from him. But we see Theo Campbell working for a single leg takedown, pulling that leg up, and he's going to try and dump.
Big takedown.
But his head was on the outside of the leg, so he got it caught. Theo Campbell working some punches. What does he need to do to improve his position right here?
Theo Campbell?
Mm-hmm.
What he needs to get out of that half guard. Louis Whitt has his right leg in between. He's keeping him from going to full mount, and he's sitting up on the cage. Clear those legs, but right now he's in a very good position. Louis Whitt is trapped against the cage with nowhere to go.
If you're Louis Whitt, do you try to go down to your back and up kick?
Yes, I would definitely be sending in a lot of up kicks, especially with Theo Campbell's head as low as it is. Like right now, that'd be a perfect spot for an up kick.
We see Theo Campbell trying to maintain leg control to pass the guard of Louis Whitt. And there are the up kicks. We see Theo Campbell trying to maintain the control. Louis Whitt has his foot in the opposite hip with the up kick there. And Theo Campbell into the guard of Louis Whitt. Theo Campbell's corner calling for the referee to stand them up. If you're a referee in this position, the corner's calling for them to stand him up. Do you think this is an appropriate time for the referee to intervene?
Maybe give them a little bit more. They've been fairly active.
I agree. I think that the referee's doing well to let it go where it's at. They're both being very active. We see Lewis Whitt working from the guard, and Theo Campbell still maintaining control and able to throw some punches. Standing up, still maintaining that control. I'm kind of surprised to hear Theo Campbell's corners calling for them to stand him up, with him able to maintain the control that he's doing there.
Yeah, Lewis Whitt really needs to do something to improve his position. There's not much time left on the clock.
We have probably less than a minute left. Looks like Theo Campbell is tired. Maybe he had his knee hyperextended right there. Both guys are very, very exhausted. Lewis Whitt asking for him to come on in. If Theo Campbell's giving you that space, do you invite him in, or do you take opportunity to get up?
It's kind of whatever he plans on doing. He looks real tired, so he doesn't want to trying to take him down again.
And this fight goes the distance. Lewis Whitt versus Theo Campbell. If you're a judge, who do you give it to in that third round?
I give it to Theo Campbell, definitely, for the control, being on top the whole time.
I do as well. So, Adam Fritz gives the fight 29-28.
29-28, Theo Campbell.
And I give the fight 29-28, Theo Campbell. We'll go to the judges to see what they decide. Chris Kimmen, the referee. Coming over to speak with us briefly. These guys await the decision. See what the judges have decided. Both guys look very good after having such a tough battle in the cage. Look like they're ready for another round.
Yeah. I don't know if they feel like that, though.
And the crowd looks like they're voting for the red corner to win. Of course, Theo Campbell is from Louisville, training out of Chris Griffin's Submission Academy, I do believe. Team Zombie. He's got Chris Griffin in his corner, so. What's up, Chris? I'm doing great. How are you doing?
You just got it?
Yeah. And the guys anxious to hear who won the fight. Both of these guys were 3-4 going into the fight, so this evens them up.
First decision of the night, too.
And Theo Campbell gets the victory, unanimous decision, improving himself to 4-4. And unfortunately for Lewis Whitt, he goes to 3-5. Great fight, though. First fight, as you said, to go to all 3 rounds. All the other fights have ended in round 1.